Tell me I'm not the only one. This anxiety piling up, this feeling of wanting control over what's going on and whether things will ever get better tomorrow. For most people, this might be 2020 when they check the confirmed cases numbers every day. For some people, this might be 2021 when they checked whether the border is reopened so that they could resume international travel. And recently, the war between Ukraine and Russia. But for me, it happened in 2019 when I found myself in the middle of a long social unrest. Trust me when I say I have my fair fill of information overload, anxiety, PTSD, and tear gas. The world seems to be filled with more uncertainties and chaos these days, which prompted me to reflect on and create this video on how to reduce anxiety and take control of your life in this ever-changing world. Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Venus and I'm a music therapist based in Sydney. For those who don't know, I was born and raised in Hong Kong. Although I moved to Sydney a long time ago, I was working in Hong Kong when the protests happened in mid-2019. At that time, I was still an unhappy accountant pondering the meaning of life. Yes, that 6 months has been the toughest period of my life ever, but I refused to let that define me. Instead, it became a turning point for me to pivot my career and to fulfill my vision because I found the meaning of life amid chaos. It's been a long process and it wasn't easy. But I really want to show you this one thing that helped me navigate the difficult times. And first thing first, we need to understand how our brains work. According to Lars Muckley, Professor of Neuroscience at the Centre for Cognitive Neuroimaging in Glasgow, Scotland, our brains make sense of the world by predicting what we will see and then updating these predictions as the situation demands. Our brains are constantly predicting the future, from catching a ball flying your way to longer-term predictions like retirement planning. Our brains are always trying to predict what is going to happen next so that we are ready for whatever life throws at us. It is also our natural instinct to settle into routines because they are predictable. There are expected outcomes. So we feel safe and peaceful when we have routines and habits in place. When that kind of expectation is disrupted, like when we went into lockdown, when we didn't know if the flood would be disastrous, and when we didn't know if there would be a war in our country tomorrow, we don't know what to expect. We get anxious because we don't have control, and we can't make predictions. As a result, we might try to seek out information to shape our perception and predict the future. I literally kept refreshing the news website and Telegram channels every 5 minutes during social unrest 3 years ago in Hong Kong. People might routinely listen to the news about confirmed cases or border rules changes during the lockdown. But the world is always changing faster than what we can cope with. When the pandemic first began, I was planning to come back to Sydney for uni, and I was super anxious about getting COVID before my flight or when the border would be closed. I changed my flight a few times and I kept imagining that I had symptoms because it was winter back in Hong Kong and I was prone to getting flu. And the funny thing was that when you get anxious, you might experience shortness of breath, which actually heightened my anxiety because that was exactly a significant symptom of COVID. Anyway, I was safe and healthy, but the mental torture of overthinking was real. So yes, you might have your own way to seek control over unknown situation. That might end up in information overloading and more anxiety. Anxiety might creep into your life in other areas like your sleep, your diet, and the quality of your relationships. And that might also cause other mental health issues. I always suspect that I had PTSD during the lowest point of my life. Apart from anxiety, I was living in my own head basically and worrying and feeling scared all over again of everything. And there were days when I wasn't feeling myself. I was just like an empty body, not knowing what I was doing. And the turning point was when I realized that the situation might be never ending and it was completely out of my control. Like, I could only do so much, right? Similarly, during the first 3 weeks of lockdown, I was feeling the same. It might be never ending, so I could only do my best to stay safe, stay healthy, and stay sane. It was not up to me whether the border would reopen, but I could protect myself and protect others by staying home. So that was a mindset shift, and it might actually take weeks to let that sink in. And I think there is definitely a jump between accepting the fact to actually thriving in uncertain situations. How did I maintain fit, get distinction average in my master's studies, get over anxiety, and eventually turn a new page in life? As I mentioned, human beings are creatures of habits. Routines give a sense of security because they are predictable. In an uncertain world like this, it is crucial and just nice to have something to hold on to. And the best part is that it is 100% under your control. While your normal work routine completely changed from commuting, gossiping in pantry, to working from home alone or suddenly finding yourself under the same roof with your family or partner 24/7, that's a huge change, I get it. That's why creating an unbreakable routine, preferably a healthy one, is crucial to navigating through uncertain times. Think about what you can't live without, your non-negotiables. For me, that would be my morning filter coffee, daily workout, and journaling. By making sure that I have these things in my schedule, I suddenly have predictable routine and something to look forward to, no matter how mad the world is. Your routine is your anchor that will save you, maybe literally, from the world. So think about it, preferably healthy ones that you can bring anywhere with you. I can make coffee, work out, and journal anywhere. Even when I moved between cities, this routine never leaves me. I mentioned in another video that I used the fitness and lifestyle app Center, created by Chris Hemsworth, extensively last year. With their workout videos, the recipes, and the meditation tracks, I had my life completely under my control when I moved to Brisbane for 5 weeks, even during the second lockdown. And notice that I said healthy routine. Yes, you can have an infinite amount of alcohol and you might want to smoke anywhere, anytime you wish, but I'm not sure if that helps with coping. We are all about health and sustainability here, and it requires a lifestyle change in order to thrive in life. It's not that complicated. It might even seem a no-brainer for you. But when we face uncertainties in life, we sometimes forget about the basics, as in basic self-care of getting hydrated, getting enough rest, basic human needs. And when you take good care of yourself, you have energy and a clearer headspace to deal with the chaos in your life. Having a solid, healthy routine is the only thing that helped me get through difficult times. On several occasions. I didn't realize this 3 years ago, and I suffered physically and mentally. I was a mess, but I didn't let that define me. And now I'm healthy, I'm happy, and I'm paying effort to maintain that instead of letting the insane world ruin me. I hope this video helps you in some way to get through this season of life. Life can be tough, but you are tougher. Pay attention to your current lifestyle, your emotions, and think about how you can create routines that ground you, that keep you sane and healthy. There's not much under your control these days, but your routine is something that you have power over. If you enjoyed this video, I think you will also like this video here, where I talk about social anxiety disorder and how this new solution might help you improve your life. Check it out, and thanks for watching.